Hi, today is Monday, July 12th, 2021. I tried to film a video yesterday and it didn't really work out. I felt too discombobulated, and I'm gonna try super hard for this one to stay on track. I don't have a particular point, but I just wanted to talk about how I was feeling and kind of the thoughts that are going on in my head right now. So, over the weekend, I was looking at jobs because I don't like my job. It's very difficult for me. I'm stationary all day. It's just not ideal. And I know I need to leave at some point. I mean, I definitely don't want to do it forever. So I was looking at jobs and it just kind of made me more sad than I already was. I feel pretty stuck right now. I was pretty depressed over the weekend. And when I say stuck, I mean I feel like my future, like I'm never gonna get out of where I'm at. Like financially, I'm not in a place to live happily, comfortably. And when I say comfortably, I don't mean like those wealthy people who say they're not rich, but like they're very clearly rich. I don't mean like that. Just like being able to have a home that's not in a super dangerous neighborhood. That's really my main goal right now, and it's scary. It's scary just to think about never having that, because I feel like I'll never be able to have a job that will pay enough to let me have that, if that makes sense. And I want to make it clear that I am still very grateful for the roof over my head and the fact that I don't go hungry. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I am very fortunate. There are just things about where I live that kind of suck. I'd like to live on my own. Right now my dishwasher has had mold in it for a few months, and like they haven't done anything about it. There's a lot of issues. I don't know if you can hear, but there's a leak in one of the bathrooms and it's constant. Nothing has been done, so it's really gross here too. It's an apartment complex, so I'm just not loving that. But I feel like if I ever want to get out of it, I need a substantial amount of money, and I'd say my job has pretty good perks. The pay isn't phenomenal, but it's not like a fast food place. I much prefer working in fast food because that's what I did before my current job, but I can't go back to that. They don't pay enough. I can't live off of $9 an hour. I think that's what I was making after 3 years of being there. And another thing that I wanted to talk about was that feeling of being stuck. Like, I often feel like I am like a box of lead. I'm so heavy, but inside is just this like ball of anxious energy, and it's really an awful feeling, and it keeps me in my seat. I can't get up and do the things that I need to do, and it just makes me really sad. I feel like there will be periods of time where I will feel okay, and when I feel okay, I'm usually able to do things like clean the kitchen, clean my room, do basic stuff that needs to get done, and I am proud of myself for that. But I never get to the big stuff, like the long-term stuff. So I'll have these periods of being okay, but then I'll have these periods of being really depressed again, and I'm nowhere near as bad as what I used to be like years ago, but it slowly has started to get a little bit more aggressive, and it just feels like I'm taking one step forward and 2 steps back. I can't say if that's the actual case, but that's certainly what it feels like. And something to go along with that is videos. Like, I know that what I'm putting out right now isn't particularly fascinating. I don't anticipate really any views, which is like truly fine. I am just trying to get stuff out so I can like get the hang of it, I guess, because I do have hope for good content, like video essays, like stuff that is not only interesting to watch but helpful, possibly. Like that's what I would like to do. And of course I'm still fearful of this not being the right choice. I'm afraid of putting my face out there and being vulnerable, even though I think that's part of why some of these videos for other people end up being somewhat successful. Like there's a relatability and that can be helpful. So I know like being vulnerable within reason is good. Like that is something I should be doing. It's just I'm still afraid it's not the right choice. I feel such a overwhelm with all the goals that I have, and I feel especially stressed because of what's going on in the world right now. I feel like I've missed an opportunity to start creating content because people are desperate for it. And now the job market is pretty open, so it's like I should take advantage of that. It's just I feel like a deer in the headlights, and the headlights are all the things that I want to do. And I do feel a level of guilt with feeling this way because my body isn't perfectly healthy, but it's functioning, it gets the job done, and it would probably do better if I took better care of it. I feel guilty because I am not using my body, I'm not using my life to its full advantage, if that makes any sense. It's not like a choice. I would love to be doing more with my life, but it's so, I just feel so trapped, and it's just the cycle of like feeling trapped and then feeling bad for feeling trapped because I don't want to be the victim. I don't want to be ungrateful. I am ungrateful. I meant grateful. I am grateful for the things I have, but that doesn't stop the fact that I am not content with certain aspects of my life, and I'm not sitting here thinking I'm the one who deserves these things and like nobody else does. I don't like how I put the next few things I said, so I'm gonna re-say it here. Essentially, I don't feel entitled to like a perfect life or a happy life. I feel everyone should have a content life, whatever that would look like for them. I'm not trying to have a pity party for me here, but I just want to acknowledge the reality of my feelings, even if they may not be completely justified. There are reasons why I feel this way, and not everyone will understand them, but I have to remind myself that that's okay. I mention this because if you couldn't tell already, I care a lot about how people perceive me. That is definitely something I need to work on. Last thing, two things I want to talk about is baby steps, because that's like the only thing I can think of to solve this lack of motivation. But I don't know what my baby steps would be. It's very difficult to think of what to do, what feels realistic for me. And, you know, I mentioned that one step forward, two steps back thing. It's like there are days where it's like getting dressed is a baby step for me, and that is very disheartening because that's where I was a long time ago. And even though I'm not fully in that negative headspace the way I was back then, I'm closer there, and it's scary. I don't want to be back there. I want to get better, and I guess I'm realizing now that EMDR, like the therapy that I am in, I know I at least think I'm probably going to get worse before I get better. And I'm sad about that because I'm 22, I will be 23 in 5 months. I just feel so behind compared to everyone else. Right now, the thing that I can think of for my first baby step is figuring out what I need to do to reinstate my nail technician license. Just want to focus on that. Beyond that, I feel like it's just going to be too much for me to handle, because looking up jobs was pretty disheartening, disappointing, like I said, and there are reasons for that. And last but not least, I'm also wondering, how kind should I be to myself? Where do I draw the line between self-care and self-discipline? I don't know if that makes any sense. Essentially, I just don't know if me telling myself it's okay to have a day where you don't do anything, like, I'm afraid that that's not good for me. But that constant stress to do something kind of makes me end up in a place where I can't do anything. So yeah, I think that's all. This is probably going to be a longer video, so thanks for watching if you did. If you have any suggestions for me, I'd love to hear it. Okay, bye.